Time someone says that they think Karen Read is guilty, this plays in my mind.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
Regardless of whether or not you like Karen Read or Alan Jackson, regardless of whether or not you believe that Trooper Michael Proctor tampered with and planted evidence, regardless of whether or not you think every single person in the house is lying, regardless of whether or not you believe that there was a Google search done at 2:27 a.m. of Hoss Long to Die in Cold by Jen McCabe, regardless of whether or not you think it's okay to show tampered video evidence in court and try and pass it off like it's the real footage, regardless of whether or not you think disposing of your phones the day before you're served with a court order to preserve them is sketchy, the fact of the matter is that the injuries to John O'Keefe's body do not match getting hit by a car. And the damage to the car does not match a pedestrian strike. Like, seriously, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. This is coming from two of the most respected people in their field. People who are insanely well educated, no crash reconstruction backwards and forwards, do this every day. A team who was actually hired by the Department of Justice and the FBI to look into this case, not even hired or paid for by the defense. Available to both sides for testimony. Like Dr. Rentschler said, you can't argue with evidence and science.
And you didn't do it, right?
No, I did not do it. No, because there's no need in this case. We don't know what happened in this case. There's no indication of, certainly it's not consistent with getting hit by the car and ending up where he did, even if the ground is somehow hard enough to cause that type of an injury. Again, there's no movement and no force to get his body over there, and the damage with the car is inconsistent with him being struck by it. So whether the ground could cause it or not, the roadway could cause it, the curb could cause it, a back could cause it. There's numerous different possibilities, and we don't really have enough evidence in this case to determine what one specific event actually caused that injury.
You didn't have enough evidence based on what you were provided, isn't that fair to say?
I didn't have enough evidence based on what I was provided, and even looking at the additional evidence that I became aware of after the fact, there's still no evidence. I mean, you can't deny the science and the physics as to what would have happened if he was struck by the vehicle. So anything past that, you have to somehow overcome that hurdle, which is very difficult to do.